Hello again, viewers, and greetings, fellow space travelers. This is Thorn of Night, and welcome to the 18th of July, 2025. It is Friday. It is the end of Friday. It is almost 10 p.m., but I'm streaming, and that's the important thing. I have been off and on having these moments of clarity when it comes to putting together my plans for the Minecraft server, and I had a major breakthrough today, and I will talk about it later. But I'm still just kind of vibing off of the realization that I had. So if I seem a little scattered, it's because two things. One, my mind is there, and two, I had a bit of a late start this evening. I was actually planning on getting started about an hour ago, but we're here and we're live. Let's see here. Today, I will be working once again on the build for the Chronicon map as a playable adventure map in Minecraft. And I am on Act 2, very near the beginning. That's right. So that is what we'll be doing today. But before I get into that, let me come over here and say thank you to the people who help to support my channels and my efforts through Patreon. Elmaze11, Zogma Infinium, Sean, Little Cuddles, X-Blaze Ninja Zero, and to Jeremiah English. Thank you guys so very, very much for your support. It really does make all the world of difference that I am supported by you guys. It is an honor and a privilege to be able to spend my time with you guys, and the fact that you think that I am worthy of even $1 a month is just humbling, and I thank you eternally for it. Also, hello, Zach in chat. Hello, Emma with the blast off. There is tea. That's a little hot, so I'll just drink some of my other drink. And there's a dad joke redemption. Okay, so let's go over to the Discord. I have a link to the Discord down in the description if you want to join. All you have to do is pick a role once you get there. Tasty drink. I forgot that was the flavor that I picked. Wow. Okay. Let's see here. I have tons of nerdy channels and lots of different things going on the Discord. And one of the channels is dedicated just to dad jokes, and I like to read them during the stream. So let's go ahead and get some dad jokes read. Oh, I'm still on that screen. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. So we've got 4 dad jokes coming in. First one, what falls during the winter but never gets hurt? Snow. Snow falls. What do you get if you cross an angry sheep and an angry cow? You get an animal with a bad mood. Love it. Let's see here. Next to, if your bladder is full, you're in trouble. And fourthly, I'm so good at sleeping that I do it with my eyes closed. Same here, except I don't do it with my eyes closed all the time. I'm probably actually pretty bad at sleeping, taking that into consideration. Huh. Anyway, those are the dad jokes to get us out into the void here. Let's click on this. Bring Chronicon up. Bring this up. Click over to this. There'll be an ad in about half a minute. Bring this up. Bring that up. Put the chats back in the front. And then click on this. There we go. All the different things. Hooray! Whew. All right, now layer 30, the Southern Advance. So I had prepped this. Go ahead and name this the Southern Advance. The Southern Advance. Oh, and this time I remembered to get the music started. Hello, Thea. Acerden? Acerden? I seem to recall stumbling over this name before. Thea. I will call you Thea. And I think that's what I decided to call you last time, in fact. Hello, Thea. I am very glad to see you here. So what we are doing is I have gone ahead and run through this map and obliterated all the enemies. We are going to go through and pixel paint the layout of this map and get it in the bin for being ready to be used as a template for building in Minecraft later. Let's see here. Oops, clicked on that wrong. But yes, you are the first comment on the YouTube. Congratulations on the firstness. I remember seeing that they had added the little indicator, the crown with the number 1. But I don't remember when they did it. It has to have been months ago. It has to have been at least 4 months ago, I think. But it just kind of crept up on me. And I don't know what else they may have changed at the time. But it was fun. Let's see here. I need to select this here tool. There we go. All right. Now, I believe this is 4 tall here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm centered. I'm at the bottom. Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then build this out. So hopefully this act will be the only one that takes as much extra effort as it does in order to get the thing done. While I do enjoy trying to figure out the puzzle of getting all this to line up and all that, I miss being able to just copy paste whole swaths of let's see here, of a map. So it's up 1, Then it hooks over. Then like that. And that's there. Now this side is over 3, up 1, 2, and then up 2 again, over 1, then over 2 in a gap of 3. Awesome. Ah! Trophy yellow smiling, I see. All right. Now, down here, I think I settled on orange for the path. Right? Yep. Yes, I did. Okay. So we do this. Oops. Come over here, do that. Skip 2, come up. Oh. No, that's not right. It just looks right. This is actually up 1 further. Because I'm in the green area here. That is the main thing that keeps throwing me off while working on this step, is how the offset. It's not isometric, but there is an offset, and it is very upsetting because I seem to be messing it up sometimes. I think that's what happened on last stream's map. I think that's the oopsie that happened for that one bad measurement area. All right, we have that is right there. Okay. Oh, and then I guess let's put in a little chest here. And let's put in some dudes. Oh, there's also a tree here. A happy little tree. Yeah? Yeah, okay. And then put those two there. The soldier is here. This soldier is here. And then we have these two. Awesome, awesome. Hello, Beast. Hello, Best Beast Love. Good to see you. All right, let's get rid of the overlay so that I can have less clutter on my screen. All right. So I had mentioned that I had a number of breakthroughs when it comes to my plan for the Minecraft server. One is I think I'm starting to settle on a name. And oops, I will reveal that future-wise, people who are supporters through Patreon and stuff already know, but I have a channel on my Discord where several of us are putting our heads together to try to come up with pieces of information. This mic is crisp. Crispy. Let's see here. Boop, boop. Yeah, this is a new mic. I dealt with the old one for as long as I could, and then a little bit longer because I'm stubborn, and it lasted and lasted and lasted, and it accumulated so much Gorilla Tape, but it just couldn't take it anymore. So I had to get a new one, and that's what this is. And I don't know why I put myself through that much suffering unnecessarily. It's a whole world of difference having this mic. It really is. I guess I'm just a glutton for punishment. But anyway, the breakthrough that I had today that still has me kind of reeling is a number of people who have put together various Minecraft servers have over time all come to a single conclusion, which is unless you as an owner of the server, unless you focus on a certain specific aspect of some sort, you are never going to have as popular of a server as you might want. If you give yourself a server and provide a server that has the mini games, the sky block, the one block, the parkour map, the 5 different SMPs, the factions server or servers, the creative server, all that kind of stuff. If you spread yourself across all that, there's nothing that sets you apart from any other server owner. You might as well just be one of many. Oh.
Dreadwolf_22
Hello,
has
Dreadwolf.
redeemed TTS. Ask a question. Banana high thorn.
Hello. So they all seem to agree with one another on the fact that it is always infinitely better to just pick a theme and stick to it. So I am reducing the scope of what I was originally going to do for the server, and as I have trimmed out the things that don't fit the vibe, I am, let's see here, that's too close. I am feeling like this huge burden is getting lifted off my shoulders, and I'm the one who put the burden there in the first place. But yeah, I have narrowed down the scope of what I'm going to be doing with the server, and boy, I feel so much more relaxed. I feel like I can actually focus on what I want to do. It is night and day. Just an entirely new, fresh perspective. Oh, I need to also add the traps. Niche, yes, niche. The niche is it's going to be focusing around the adventure questing RPG elements, and it's going to be incorporating a lot of the stuff that was present on the previous whitelist server, and it's going to expand on that a little bit. As a matter of fact, it's going to even be including a lot of the stuff from that server, because I have been wanting to expand that storyline, and I feel like now is my chance to do so. So that's one, two tall, one tall and a little hook. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this goes up 2. All right. And then this is above here by 2. There we go. You're going to send me map from the Aternos server? Never heard of it. Speaking of maps, a lot of the server owners swear by including Dyn Map, which is basically it Google Earths your Minecraft server, including a live view of who's where and what they're building and all that kind of stuff. And while that's interesting, the other half of the owners say that it is a great way to have someone draw something vulgar on the map that doesn't get noticed for far too long. Or now, I guess, also the whole ability to draw a QR code, all that kind of stuff. So I think I'm leaning toward, while the Dyn map would be neat, I'm leaning more toward safety than interestingness. There's going to be enough interestingness, I hope, with all the other facets that I will be including. It's like this. Hold on. 2 jagged teeth there. Oh, and then that's the indentation. So as far as Dine Map is concerned, I think I'm going to abstain from that. That's one too far over. Okay, that's there. 1, 2, 3 gap. Yeah? Yeah, that's right. 3 gap there, and then 3 gap there. And that puts this here. Like so, and then that should be in line with that. Yeah, okay, cool. Measure twice, cut once. Let's go ahead and fight these harpies. RPG battle. Oh, that's something I forgot to do after the last stream. Is figure out why that command wasn't automatically, well, commanding properly. Is that right? No, that's not right. There's that. That's up to, and that goes over like this. That is over by a gap of 3. And that sticks down there. That's there. I guess it is over 2. Weird. All right. So now we go here with a shrine. I believe I used black for the traps. Okay. I think, therefore I am. Nope, nope, nope. That's not where that goes. But it certainly feels like that's where it goes. That I am already having measurement issues. Insert punchline here. Over 1, 2, put that there. And then this goes there. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it does. That's a gap of 1, and that's a gap of 1, right? Yeah, gap of 1, gap of 1. So that means that's there like this. Boy, that perspective is so weird. Yeah, I already have something messed up. So anyway, speaking of philosophy 101, the idea behind the phrase "I think, therefore I am," which is Rene Descartes, um, it is a way of saying that even though I don't necessarily know what I am, the fact that I think means that in some manner I exist. Now, I may be thinking as a figment of someone's imagination. I may be thinking as an NPC in a simulation. I may be thinking as a Boltzmann brain that has just appeared out in space. I may be thinking as the entire universe itself. Or I may be thinking as a little descendant of some simian creature on a grease-covered wet marbles spinning around the sun. I don't know necessarily what I am that I'm thinking, but when they say "I think, therefore I am," it means that I exist in some capacity, somewhere, somehow. And the fact that I can say "I" means that I am more than nothing, and I am certainly separate from something else. I don't know what that something else is, but I do know that nothing is an absolute nothing. Even the void of space is not, well, as far as we understand space to be, the void of space is not nothing. It is something. There's quantum foam. There's all that other stuff that's going on through space that fills it up, makes it slightly warmer than absolute zero, and the fact that I can think and state that I can think, whether it's of my own volition or not, indicates that in some capacity I exist. Right, that lines up with that. Okay, so that's right. This goes around here. This goes there. That goes up. This is there. That's there. Yeah, philosophy is a neat little thing. It is a way of inspecting more than just reality. It's a way of inspecting possibility. And through philosophy, you can come up with certain concepts like aspects of mathematics and quantities, and you can come up with different aspects of existentialism and all that kind of stuff. But as many have observed, the only thing that can be certain is that one does not know everything. And how boring would that be if you did know everything? You would have someone ask you a question, you'd have to pretend to think, oh, let me think about that. No, you just, you know everything. How awful. How awful it must be to be a toddler that just knows everything. And then how awful it must be to be a preteen that knows everything. And how awful it must be to be a teenager who knows everything. I think there's a pattern here. All right, so there's that. Got that started. So let's bring it over to here and then build this part up. See how far I've already come off path. Oh, I missed trying to catch a Dodrio. And what's that? Skeletons. There's skeletons. RPG battle. Wopey catch. Catch. RPG bot. A 38 RPG bot. I think I have higher than that. Do-do-do. Scrolly. RPG bot. Yeah, I've got 73 on that thing. That's all right. Boop, boop, boop. Now, how am I going to denote the trees that are lootable from the chests? I suppose I could do that. It's a dark green instead of the lighter green of those. Yeah, that'll work. It's maybe a sweetie. Welcome back. Orange. Orange, you glad I didn't say banana? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it comes up. Goes over that gap there. And then comes over 2. And then comes down. Is that right? That looks right. That's 3 across before it hooks up like that. Over and then up. And let's go ahead and put this chest here. Awesome. Okay. So now I fill this in. Boop-a-doo. Do that. Now that is... the top of the tree is what throws me off. At the bottom of the tree is the part that I need to keep track of, but the top of the tree lines up with the block above it. Very annoying. That's a gap of 2. That's that. That's that. This is here. Did I do the right color? I did do the right color. Okay, that lines up there. That lines up there. This is right there. There's that. And that actually lines up, so that measured right. Then this is there. And it's over 3. And then I zigzag down like that. That is in line with this. Awesome. That's good. That's good. That's there. That should be awesome. Okay, that's good. That's good. I just have to not rush this. That's what matters. Don't rush it. I thought there was one of those pop-up traps right over here somewhere. Got that one. Ah. It is above this. So what have we got? In line with this. And then in line with that. Okay. And that's there. In line with those. And that. And this. And then in line with that, we have a trap. Awesome. And then that's one over from that. Cool. Love it when the maths. Okay. Boo. Oh yeah, I guess I should probably do the boss battle. RPG boss battle. Boss has been defeated? Holy cow, Meeby sweetie, you... Oh my god! Okay. So even though it says that I did the boss claim command, very annoying. Okay. RPG boss battle. What was a big one? Sparrow. I think Sparrow was a big one. Boss Sparrow. Oh, a battle has arrived. Sand crabs RPG battle. Actually, I'll just go cast water and then RPG battle. All right. So we wait. That's there. It's like this. This comes up 2, goes over 1, then goes over 2, and goes over 1. Then it goes back over 1, over 1, and then over 4, it looks like. Yeah. In line with this, we have the little zigzaggy thing in that. Okay. This is there. So I go up like this, and I go over 1, and I go over 2. That lines up. Love seeing these things line up. Goes there. All right. Now RPG boss battle. Oh. Right. Boss Farah. It's not in my inventory. Oh! What's another big one? Is Cosmos a big one? Boss Cosmos. RPG boss battle. No, Cosmos is tiny. All right, we have 1, 2, 3, and it is 3 tall, and then it comes over like that. Hello, mycofauna. Okay. Two there. 2 there. Up 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's that. And then it's up 1, 2, 3. And then it's too tall and there's a gap there. Now this is already wrong. I have already somehow messed that up. Oh, I see where. Sorry for blowing up the boss. No, you're fine. If you do get the killing blow, you can always go exclamation point boss claim and get that. So boss RPG boss battle. Which one of these is the biggest one? I don't have any more summoning things for Sphera. Let's try this. Boss jungle. RPG boss battle. 80,000. Nope. That's gonna be gone real fast. Wow. All right. That is perfectly fine. So that is that one. That's that. So then this hooks around like so. There we go. That lines up. And then this is here. Lines up with that. Yeah, okay, cool. Maybe I should just go ahead and do the whole path and then do the perimeter, because the path is easy enough to get right. It's sort of a standalone creature. Grab a drink. Oh yeah, there's boss tiers. How do you make the higher tiers? That's one thing that I never was able to spend much of my time trying to figure out, because I was working on my projects. And my meant to do it list just kept on growing. It costs 1,000 gems per tier. How many gems do I have? Let's go to the site. Profile. Is it statistics? There. I have 48,000 gems. All right, so I will. Oh, there's some sirens. RPG cast, thunder, RPG battle. So the command is copy. And I come over here, paste that there, and the boss's name would be Jungle Demon, I guess. All right, back to this. That's in line with that. That's in line with that. That goes up there. That's there. Wait, no, it's not. That is there. Then this is just north of that. There's that over there, up and over, and then do this little dance here. Come over 3. Hook over there. So glad I remembered to get the background music going. I don't like to have the video game music because I have so many times, even though it is music that belongs to the game that I am playing, whether in video or in stream, I have so many times gotten the copyright warning from the in-game music that I am phobic of it now. I do not play game music, which is awful because so many games have such lovely music. And I've even asked other people. No one seems to be having as much of a problem with it as I have been having over the years. For whatever reason, the copyright sharks like my channel. So I use the complimentary music provided by YouTube. And I just had to go through and find a bunch of them that sounded okay enough to me. Weren't too intrusive or anything like that. And that's what I've got. May not be the best solution, but it is a solution. And it's better than having a silent background. I listen to music sometimes when I'm doing my projects, like I'll have Spotify on or whatever. Or I'll have videos playing in the background. But largely because of my experience on YouTube, I don't even bother listening to game music anymore. There are some games that I own that I have no idea what the music sounds like. It's pretty sad. I shouldn't have to be afraid of my video game music. But that's the world we live in. Boop, boop, boop. All right, here's the sanity check. Does this line up? It does. So at least horizontally, I have done all of this right. Looks like I've done all it right vertically as well. That's good. That feels nice. Alrighty. So this goes up here, it loops around, then it comes over here, then it hugs this side here, then it hooks up there, and that's it. Okay. This is not too big of a map. Tauros. Pokey, check. Pokey Catch. Whoopee Catch at Pokemon Community Game. I missed. Oh, there's some boars. RPG Cast Fire. RPG Battle. So there's a movie from the 90s. Hey, I caught the Pokemon. Called Field of Dreams. Kevin Costner. And one of the lines in it is, if you build it, they will come. And to a certain extent, that sort of premise holds true for a lot of things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. But I am going to be using it as a sort of a guide for the coming Minecraft server. Because here's the thing. There are a lot of servers that have just been static and been around for a very long time, and are small, dedicated little servers that have very small populations, but they do what they do well, and that thing that they do tends to be to just sit around and be there for the regulars. The regulars have found their home, and that's where they stay. I want to have a place that I can call home. I want to have a place that I can do my builds and have a reliable place to do my streaming without too much of an ordeal. And I figure that by making the server the way that I am planning on making it. Oh, there's still an enemy alive. Look at that. I will be able to... Am I here? Yeah, I'm here. I will be able to have a way of having all these nifty bells and whistles without having to actually host the game on my computer itself. And I'm going to be shopping around for hosts, but it looks like I will probably be expecting to pay up to about $50 a month. And I think that's justified. Because, for one thing, if a lot of people start playing, and even just a handful of them become donors, I have to drag all this down. Even if a small amount of them become donors, that's going to be enough to cover the cost of keeping the lights on. And really, that's all I would expect. That's all I would really dream of having is have the server pay for itself and be able to use it to do my builds and other stuff. So I figure if just I myself and a small handful of other people play on it, like the people who used to be on my server before, if that's all that it attracts, to me that's still worth it to be forking over the $50 a month. That's 2 there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So if I stand here, yeah, that lines up. Okay, cool. Sweet deal. Anyway, ultimately where I'm going with this is, regardless of whether or not server becomes a hit in some way, I miss having a safe place where I can do my builds and also hang out with friends. And while I can do a lot of the stuff that I have at my disposal, for instance, on the Performium server, which, don't get me wrong, that server has its benefits. I don't have the ability to do the scope of builds that I want. It's lovely that I can have, after years of being on the Performium network, I can have enough claims to be able to do some of the things, but it's not, it doesn't satisfy the need that I have for the size scope of projects that I actually want to do. And that is what has incentivized me to look into just putting together another new server of my own. One, two. That's there. And so this is here. Is that really 4? 1, 2, 3. That is 4. Hey! The numbers all line up. What do you know? Oh, what am I doing all the way up here? Let's whip back here. Oh, I am right here. Yeah, there we go. All right, drink some tea. I'm almost tempted to go get a Ball's soda, even though there isn't a redemption for it. Because I'm kind of, I guess, in the groove. Okay. So I have that. Awesome. Okay. Now this is up 1 there. Up 3 there. Over and then up 1. Up 2. Up 1. That's 3 total. Then 2 total. Up. Over 1. Over 2. Over 3. Do that. 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 It zigzags up. That's over 3. That's over 4. This is in line with that. And that's there. Wow, they all lined up. I love that. That makes me feel good. Okay. That's there. That's a gap of 2. Put the little pop-up trap there. That's there. And it's in line with that path. That's good. Okay. 3 down from there is this. And that. I think the correct method is to do the path first. That way I have a measuring stick. Good, good, good. Oh yeah, there's Guild Raid. I think I have all the commands that I made so that chat can take care of keeping that stuff going. I think I put all of it down in the description area. Pretty sure. It's up by 1. That's over 2. And then that's over another 4. And then like so, like so. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that lines up with that. Oh, that feels so good when something lines up. There we go. Put in the little trap. It's a tarp. What is the name of that Magic the Gathering card? Mycofauna. It reminds me of Mycosynth. Mycosynth Golem. I think that's the one that has affinity for artifacts. Let me Google. Magic the Gathering, Mycosynth Golem. Affinity for artifacts, costs 11, 4/5 creature. Artifact creature spells you play have affinity for artifacts. So that's right. The Mycosynth Golem, once it's down, any artifact creatures you play, whether they started with affinity or not, they get affinity. That's right. I have this blue artifact deck that very often on my first turn I can get my entire hand out. And playing against someone who sees that happen, you get this, you can see the demoralization creep across their faces. They go, oh, I don't stand a chance. But the thing is, at that point, I have no cards in my hand. I'm tapped out. I'm spent. I have to wait until my next turn before I even know what I've got coming. It's a nice little show at the beginning, but that's the extent of the flourish. It's right there at the beginning. Now, it happens to be a pretty strong deck, but the big huzzah happens like right at the beginning, and then I just kind of have to wait. That is 3 tall, I think. Let's put this stuff in and find out. Yeah, that's 3 tall. And then this lines up with that. And that's there. Marvelous. Yeah, I used to play Magic the Gathering a lot. I used to run a game shop. Then, uh, also for a while, I was, it was up to and including the Kamigawa block, I was a Magic the Gathering judge, but I didn't really avail myself too often. Never really went to that many conventions or whatever. But it definitely did help with understanding the rules to uh, take the effort to become a judge. Magic the Gathering it's an interesting creature. Virtually any kind of play style you can think of has its place. You like to steamroll everything and just trounce all of your enemies in one big huzzah, you can do that. You want to make a nice long drawn out fight, make people regret ever sitting down across the table from you, you can do that too. I have this one deck that I call Stall Tactics, and it's everything you would expect from that name. It's a pain. It is a 5-color and artifact deck that revolves around making every color wrong. And there's some cards in it that in tournament play are restricted or banned or whatever. I don't care. The cards are cards. I enjoy playing the game. That's 1, 2, 3. It comes over one, goes up, over, and then. So that's wrong. Something here is wrong. It's this that's wrong. That lines up there. That goes over. That's up by 3. That lines up with that. Okay, now that's all correct. Oh, fun fact. The word okay, O-K-A-Y, is actually, it started off as a phrase that was indicated by the letters O period K period. And the words, oddly enough, despite the fact that they are absolutely the wrong letters for it, they are there to indicate the phrase all correct. And the thing that I find interesting about this is it was way back in the day, it was a linguistic meme. All correct. Okay. It was a meme. A long time ago. Love watching words happen in the wild. Okay, so this should be 4 tall. Yeah, the original goodbye. Word goodbye is what happens when people very lazily say, God be with ye, but just don't want to say the whole thing. It turns into stuff like that. Except the God be with ye wasn't meant as a meme. It just became kind of lazy speech. Whereas the okay from all correct was a very meme thing. Let's see here. Maybe I can find a very brief history. But yeah, instead of actually spelling all correct, it's OLL for all and correct KORRECT. It was a fad during a political campaign. Let's see here, 1830s. There was a trend in some circles, particularly in Boston, to create slang terms by intentionally misspelling words and then abbreviating them using initials. (1830s). Amazing. Memes all the way down. You mean it was just a meme? Always has been. Oh, look at that. It lines up. Oh, that's satisfying. I love it when the math's right the first time. I absolutely love it. Okay. All right. And then go ahead and put this. Here. No, it's here. Wait, where is it? It's in line with this one. Okay. There's that piece. Oh, uh-oh. That should be lined up with this here. But that means that something here is off, except it doesn't look to be. Here, let me fill this in and see what I can figure out. Oh, would you look at that? There's something wrong with this stretch of road. It looks like 2 little teeth here, then that zigs over there, and it comes up 1, goes over 2, goes over 1, doop over 2, and then there's that. That comes down, that goes over. That's right, that's right. Okay, let's start building from this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Over 3. Over 2. Over 2. Down 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that's right. Up 2. Over 1 over 1. Now, largely, it does not matter that this doesn't line up perfect, but this bothers me. That despite the fact that, oh, wait. Hold on. I think I see it. I see it. That. This. These two. This. I fixed it. Chest goes there. Here was my problem. I thought this one was in line with this one, and it's not. All fixed. All correct. It's okay. Ah. Yeah, part of the planning for the pending server is going to include me importing schematics from the old server's builds, at least some of them, especially some of the dungeons, in order to preserve some of that stuff and then have it all in a single world instead of in like 3 different locations for doing test builds and whatnot. I'm just going to make a single super flat world to house all of my test stuff. You are there. Does that, and it comes down. Does that, that goes over. Over 1, over 2, over 3, down 1, 2. Perfect. Door here. Boop. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Let's see if I can make an adjustment here. RPG boss plan. Save. RPG cast water. RPG battle. We will see if this new command will solve the problem. So I would like for that to be more automated. because if there's one thing that holds true across all walks of life is even with the best of intentions, a lot of people just don't read signs. And even if they do, they don't do what the signs say. They don't heed signs. And so no matter how many times I have a message in chat that says, hey, you can do the boss claim command yourself. Most people who are doing the RPG boss fights in chat, they aren't here to do anything but the boss fights. They don't care at all that things are afoot. Is this right? Something, speaking of afoot, something seems to be misbehaving. That's right. That's good. That's 2. That's 3. It comes down like that. That's there. That's that. That's that. Okay. And then this is in line with that, and it is. This is in line with that. Okay, it just looks funny. That whole offset thing, very frustrating. All right. RPG boss battle. That did it. That did it. Yay! So, what was that command? RPG boss summon tier 5 jungle demon. RPG boss battle. There we go. That should be 1 attack. Pokey catch. I know I have a Grimer. Okay. Four. 1 comes down 3, does this, goes over, and then there's 3 there. And it does that. Now, 2 south of this is there, and that should be in line with that. It is. Beautiful. Okay, let's go fill all this in before we move on. That's good. Those are like that. Level with this. 2 over. There's that one. Goes there. And is level with that. All right. 1, 2, 3. And then there's 3 there. That is level with that. Oh. Ah. Delicious. One effect of me making the decision to have a specific focus for the Minecraft server is that I don't have to worry about as many and as varied plugins anymore. I don't have to worry about it. No longer a problem. As it is, I already have quite a few plugins planned. But now I can use them more specifically and more tailored toward the individual goals that I want to achieve with the server. All right, does that line up with that? It doesn't. Uh-oh. I do believe something up here is wrongly mathed. Let's put these in and see if we can figure it out that way. So that lines up good. That's right. And that lines up with that. Okay. That lines up there. Skip 2. Skip 3. Skip 2. Skip 1. Up over 2. That lines up with that. This comes down over here. And this is wrong. So it's either something with this path or something up here that is incorrect. Where does it mess up? This is... That's wrong. That's too far north. This one. Too far north. But that doesn't make any sense. These are all relative to each other. I really shouldn't be worrying about fixating on where a single block is wrong here. But I want to know where I messed up. All right, this is supposed to line up with that. Oh, that means the mess up is up here. It is. The mess up is up here. Okay, okay. This lines up with that. And then this lines up with that gap. So that lines up right. Is this the mess up right here? No, it wouldn't be. No, this is good. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. Down, that's 3. That comes over, that does this. There's 3, 3. Zigzags up like that, comes over 2, loops. Cuts in, goes up, comes down there. There's 1, over 2, and there's the thumb there. That comes out. This is 4. This is 3. That's right. That's right. That's right. Oh, but it's right, but it's all wrong. Let's put the rest of these little things in and see if we can figure it out. There's that. There's those. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. Okay. There we go. There's that. That's good. That's good. That's right. That's right. 2 there. That hooks up. That's right. Well, I'm just going to have to fudge the numbers here. That should be in line with that. Yeah, something in here is offset north-south by 1. And it has everything to do with the fact that there's the tree canopy versus the tree trunk misaligning with everything else. That's all there is to it. But you know what? This is fine. A little fudging here and there doesn't hurt. It's probably all randomly generated anyway. It's probably something like this. Like this here is a gap of 2. But eyeballing it, it looks like a gap of 1. So it's probably something similar to that up here that's messed up the count. I don't know, Anne. I don't know. There we go. Those line up nice. That's 4. This lines up with this. It does. And if this map is tedious, oh boy, I can't wait until I do the spider cavern. Okay. I'm going to go get a refill of tea, but I'm also going to go get a soda because I want to have the mental clarity to focus on the rest of this for tonight. So I'll be back. There we go. Still getting used to where all these buttons on my new headphone setup are located. You're calling it early? Well, good night, Emma. I will probably be doing an early day stream tomorrow. And maybe if I'm extremely fortuitous, I might even be able to catch a raid from RGA, provided he streams tomorrow. Won't that be fun? Oh, wait, that's there? No, it's here. No, it isn't either. It's here. And that goes like this. Now, does this line up with that? It does. Little sanity checks. What time is it? It's 12:15. Well, I'm still gonna keep on going. Wow. Biz. Okay. There, and then over 2, down 1, 2, over 3, boop, boop, and boop. So that should be a little tongue sticky out there. There's that, there's that. Okay. So now this is level with that. That's good. I bet it's something like this. That's the problem over here. Just one of these would be enough to mess it up. A Cedra, huh? Pokey check. Pokey catch. That lines up awesome. And then we have this and that. That lines up with that. That should be there, 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 there. Now build this down and see if that lines up with that. And it does. That lives there. Have there been any booby traps that I've ignored? Looks like no. Okay. Let's build this down until it... Oh. This just goes all the way down to there. Holy cow. All right. There's a booby trap. That's right. Okay, so I've left off here. Oops. Over one, down one, up over. That, like that, with a wiffle ball bat. And that sticks out farther by one. Okay, cool. Things are still lining up right. Goblins. RPG battle. RPG raid desert. Hey, I got the quest item. Okay. Close this tab, come off here. Go community. Oh. It derped. Oh, please don't tell me that that means my network derped. Reload tab. Authenticating. I hope that... No, I don't have an alert on my stream. Okay. Community? No. So... the subpages involving the community are broken. So I can't get my next quest. Bummer. Oh well. Too bad. Too bad for me. Okay. There's that. Oh my god, this all lines up. So this great big long distance, everything worked out right, but that little tiny part up at the top, I messed something up. Ain't that just how it works? RPG boss battle. Oh, I forgot to cast. Oh, dang it. That's all right. Okay, so some of that lines up, but not all of it, because this is a gap of 3, but on my little drawing over here, I have a gap of 4. But you know what? That's close enough for jazz. Ah. There we go. Fudge those numbers by 1. So I've got to figure out how I'm going to be dealing with the ground clutter. I could do berry bushes. For the breakable things, that is. I'm definitely going to need to make a data pack, or learn how to make data packs. Uh-oh. Sit up straight. Yes, indeed. I'm going to have to learn how to make data packs. And then once I do that, I'm going to have to learn how to make a data pack that will allow me to customize the drops when you break things. One that I want to use is custom loot drops when you break up a clay pot, not the little potting plant pot, but the pottery sherd pots. I want to also see if I can make them. Well, honestly, I don't know how easy they are to break. Maybe they are already as easy to break as I would like. If that's the case, then I don't need to do anything. But I want to make sure that they're very easy to break. so that I don't have to spend a whole lot of time trying to break them and can focus on the rest of the aspects of the adventuring. Let's see here. This. It's here. That's there. That's in line with that. That's in line with that. So all that's good. I've been cornhobbled by a pufferfish. Tick, 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 tick. I'm taking tick damage. That's there. There's 2 there. And we have this and this. And then there's that. There's that. Nothing else up over here. Have that. That should be there. There's a shrine. Bandits. RPG battle and pokey check. Pokey catch. Okay. Okay, those line up good. Now we have this little area here. All right, that's good. This comes up to there. Cuts in. It goes over there. It loops around. It goes over 2. Up to there, over 4 total. Up 1. Up 1 again. Down in a loop. Now we'll come over and build up from here. This goes like so. There's that. There's that. Oh. Oh, I see. All that in. There we go. Now we just have this little bit. That's over here. There's a trap there. Okay. That's there. There's that. There's that. That lines up with that. That's always nice to see. That lines up there. Oh, and that lines up. Love it. Okay. This map is done. So now, let's bring up this little sheet here. Chronicon notes. So we are in the southern advance. The exit is all the way north, and that's the Stampede. So I need to go into the Spider Cavern, and then from the Spider Cavern, I need to go into the Hive. All right, let's see what the convoluted mess the Spider Cavern is going to be. But first, let's make a new little page here. Fill this in with white. Spider Cavern, not the Spider Cavern. And save. All right. I think this puts me in the middle somewhere. So I'm going to have to just roll with it. Oh boy. The ground. What am I going to use for the ground clutter for this? Wool? Or the little egg traps, I could just use spider web on the ground, and then when you break the spider web, it spawns some amount of cave spiders. I could do that. But how am I going to do these cocoon things? I think wool is the answer. Huh. All right, let's do the perimeter. Let's go reveal the whole map. Ah, chest. Oh, this is that track that has the great big long pause at the end. Starting to wonder what happened. All right, so that connects. This won't be too hard to plan out. Now the paths on the road or on the floor, I don't think I'm gonna worry about that. Because I feel that this can just be represented by a randomized floor tiling. That's at least one executive decision I can make to streamline the building process. Man, my neck wants to pop, but it won't. Hate that. There's the waypoint. Bring up the overlay map so I can better see where I'm going. Since I won't be worrying about the flooring, I think I might be able to get this map done tonight. All right. Yeah, that's basically smack in the middle. Hooey. Well, I mean, I could just start building from the far south. Let's do that. Oops. There we go. This can be the point of origin. And I feel like it is not quite middle. No, it's middle enough. All right, so let's do that. Let's scroll up here. All right, there's that. There's that. There's that. Click, click, and click. All right. So I will be right back. Water in, water out. See you in just a moment. All right. I'm back. So this is 3 across. That's 2. That's 2. That's 3. Oops. That's 3. Have it up on a mini map at least so that I can get a better perspective. Okay. That's 3 tall, boop, and up. That goes there. No, it doesn't. Okay. I went too high on that side. That's what it is. Three there. That goes up here. So that is 3 across. That's 2 across. 2, and then these are 3. Is that right? No, something looks wrong. But what is it that looks wrong? Ah. I see. There's that, there's that. That's 3, that cuts over, that's good, that's good. Okay. So it was that one little spot. Okay, so this wraps around and then reconnects to here. So this cuts over. Like that. No, it's like that. And then it's up by 2. And then I do this. And up by 2 again. Then up by 3. Over some amount. And then I do this. Okay. That's a gap of 2. It works. Okay, cool. Okay, this comes down one past there. That mine's up. That's always nice. So looking at the progress that I have made and can make on this, while it is going to be much faster than if I had decided to be nitpicky about the floor, it's still not going to be fast. I don't think that it is going to be viable to finish this map tonight. It is now 1 o'clock. And my sleep has been all topsy-turvy of late. So I think I'm going to finish this little section down here and then wrap up. Just goes here. Oh, I see. Wait, no. That goes like that. Yeah. Despite the drink, which I probably shouldn't have grabbed considering, I think I need to wrap up for tonight. That way I can start relaxing, because I do want to try to do an early stream tomorrow, like early. Noon, 1, 2, something like that. So let's save this. Let's come over here. Let's switch to the little bouncing talking head. 5 viewers, wow. Who is... Oh, looks like there's only one Twitch viewer. So maybe I won't raid. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching and hanging out. I appreciate the company. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can leave them over on the Discord. I have a link to that down in the description. All you have to do is pick a role once you get there, and you can become part of the family over there. Also in the description, I have links to my Patreon and Streamlabs and other means to support my channels. And even as little as $1 a month goes a huge way towards making it so that I can, later this year, afford to get a Minecraft server up and, do things like replace my mouse and my headphones and that sort of thing. Let's see here. Yeah, that's basically going to be it. I have plans to stream tomorrow. Probably some more of this. We'll see how it goes. But in the meantime, this has been Thorn of Night. And I will talk to you later.